Hello students, hope you all are fine. Welcome to our channel Socio. Students, today we will discuss a chapter that is called Major Domains of the Earth. In this chapter, we will discuss about the 4 main divisions of the Earth and the detailed analysis of these divisions. So let us start our lesson. As you have read in first chapter, the Earth is the only planet which has life. So previously you must have learned that Earth is the only planet where life can possible. Human beings can live here because the life sustaining elements of land, water and air are present on the Earth. So we need water, air and land for our survival. As all these are present in this on the Earth, so life is possible here. The surface of the Earth is a complex zone in which 3 main components of the environment meet, overlap and interact. So the 3 main components on the Earth, that is, they meet, overlap and interact. And we can see this, what are the major divisions of the Earth through this picture. You can see the picture on the screen. There are mainly 4 divisions or major divisions of the Earth, and they are the major domains of the Earth, we can say. And first one is your lithosphere, which is the solid layer, and second is your atmosphere, which is a gaseous layer. Third is the hydrosphere, which is a liquid layer, and last one is the biosphere, where life form, it is the life form. So we will discuss this in this chapter. The solid portion of the Earth on which we live is called the lithosphere. So lithosphere, on lithosphere, or on this layer, the human being and plants and animals are living. So the gaseous layer that surrounds the Earth is the atmosphere. And secondly, we have the atmosphere, as we have seen in the picture. And the atmospheric layer contains different types of gases like oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide and other, etc., including other many different types of gases. Water covers a very big of the Earth's surface, and this area is called the hydrosphere. Hydro means water. So hydrosphere means that it is the liquid layer where we can find water. The hydrosphere comprises water in all its form, that is, it can be in the form of ice, water and water vapor. So the biosphere is the narrow zone where we find land, water and air together. So it is the biosphere where we find the combination of land, water and air altogether, which contains all forms of life. So this contains all forms of life. So let us discuss these different spheres one by one. First we will discuss about lithosphere. So the solid portion of Earth is called the lithosphere. It is the solid portion of the Earth. It comprises the rock of the Earth's crust and the thin layer of soil that contains nutrient elements which sustains organisms. So in this sphere, or in this level, we have different rocks and soil and different nutrient elements which sustains or which contains different organisms also. So there are 2 main divisions of Earth's surface. The Earth's surface can be divided into 2 main divisions. As I have shown you the picture on the screen, you can see the 2 main divisions are, first one is the large landmass. First one is your landmasses, जिसको हम बोलते हैं continents, and second is your water bodies, which is known as ocean basins. So the huge water bodies are called ocean basins. So all the oceans of the world are connected with one another. These ocean bodies have different types of oceans and these are connected with one another. So you can find out this in the world map as given in figure 5.1. So in this picture you can see that the landmass which contains several oceans. That means there are 7 continents, and they are Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, South America, Australia and Antarctica. Similarly, ocean basins or water bodies contains different oceans like Pacific, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Southern Ocean and Arctic Oceans. We will discuss this in coming session. So the level of seawater remains the same everywhere. The level of the seawater remains same everywhere. Elevation of land is measured from the level of sea, which is known as zero. So the height of the land can be measured from the sea level, and it is taken from zero. We can start it from zero level. The high mountain peak, that is Mount Everest, is 8,848 meters above the sea level, and the greatest depth of 11.022 meters is recorded as Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean. So now we will discuss different 7 major continents of the world. So what are they? So there are 7 major continents. These are separated by large water bodies. These continents are separated from each other through the large water bodies. These continents are, as अभी आपको जैसे मैं बोली, that is Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, South America, Australia and Antarctica. Look at the map of the world figure 5.1, and you can see this, that the greater part of the land masses lies in the north, that is northern hemisphere. So in this section we will discuss about different continents. Now, what are the major different things we find in this different types of continents? So first we will discuss about Asia. Asia is the largest continent. Among all these continents, Asia is the largest one. It covers about 1/3 of the total land area of the earth. So it covers about 1/3 of the total land area of the earth. The continent lies in the eastern hemisphere. The Tropic of Cancer passes through this continent, and Asia is separated from Europe by the Ural Mountains on the west. You can see everything in your world map as given to you in your book. The combined landmass of Europe and Asia is called the Eurasia. So Asia and Europe combinedly known as Eurasia. Secondly, we will discuss about the second continent, that is Europe, and it is much similar than Asia, smaller than Asia. Asia से ये छोटा है. The continent lies to the west of Asia. The Arctic Circle passes through it. It is bounded by water bodies on 3 sides. So you look at the map of the world and locate it, and your task is to locate this in the world map given to you. Thirdly, we will discuss about Africa, which is the second largest continent after Asia. The equator or 0° latitude runs almost through the middle of the continent. So a large part of Africa lies in the northern hemisphere. You will find that it is the only continent through which the Tropic of Cancer, equator and the Tropic of Capricorn passes. The Sahara Desert, the world's largest hot desert, is located in Africa also, and the continent is bound on all sides by oceans and seas. This is bounded by oceans and seas on 3 sides. So it will be found out, you can find out this one in the world map. And the world's longest river, the Nile River, it also flows through Africa. Notice where the equator, the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn passes passes in the map of Africa. You have to locate this in the world map. So North America, we will discuss now about this one. It is the 3rd largest continent of the world, and it is linked to South America by a very narrow strip of land called Isthmus of Panama. You can see the picture of this in the next page. The continent lies completely in the northern and western hemisphere. 3 oceans surrounded by this continent, and you have to name all these 3. So, then we will discuss about South America. You can see the picture here. You can see the North America and the South America is connected through a narrow a narrow strip of land, and that is known as isthmus. इसको हम लोग isthmus बोलते हैं. So next we will discuss about South America. It lies mostly in the southern hemisphere. Which two oceans surrounded it on the east and west? Can you name it? They are Pacific Ocean and Atlantic Ocean. The Andes, the world's longest mountain range, runs through its length from north to south. So South America has the world's largest river, that is the river Amazon. Then Australia, which is the smallest continent that lies entirely in the southern hemisphere, and it is surrounded on all sides by the oceans and seas also, and it is an island continent. इसको हम लोग island continent भी बोलते हैं. Okay, lastly we will discuss about Antarctica. So it is completely in the southern hemisphere and it is a huge continent. The South Pole lies almost the center of this continent also, and it is located on the south polar region. This Antarctica is located in the south polar region. It is permanently covered with a thick ice sheets, and it is always covered with snow, and there is cold every time here. There are 2 permanent human settlements. Many countries have research stations in Antarctica. India also has research station here, and they are named as Maitri and Dakshin Gangotri. These are 2 main research stations. Secondly, we will discuss about the Hydrosphere. First, we have discussed about the Lithosphere, which contains the 7 continents, as we have discussed. Next, we will discuss the second layer, that is the Hydrosphere. And Hydrosphere generally means, hydro means water. So, it is the study of water bodies. The Earth is called the blue planet. Do you know why Earth is called the blue planet? It is so because it contains 70% of water. Okay, so more than 70 or 71% of Earth is covered with water and 29% is with land. Hydrosphere consists of water in all its form, that is ice, gases, and 3 forms of water, that is ice, water, and water vapor. So Hydrosphere, it is as running water in oceans and rivers and in lakes, ice in glaciers, underground water, and the water vapor in atmosphere. So all comprises the Hydrosphere. So all these combinedly makes the Hydrosphere. More than 97% of Earth's water is found in the ocean and is too salty for human use. So we cannot use the ocean or sea water for our use because they are salty waters. A large portion of rest of the water is in the form of ice sheets or glaciers, and glaciers are under the ground, and a very small percentage is available as fresh water for human beings. So we use the fresh water for our drinking and also our daily use, and its amount is very less. Hence, despite being a blue planet, we face shortage of water also. As we know that Earth is a blue planet, it contains more water than the land. Still, we face the problem of shortage of water, and it is because of our faultiness, because we are wasting the water, and a time will come when we will not get a single drop of water. So, we have to use this water very carefully. So, as we have discussed, that it is a Hydrosphere is a hydrospheric level or layer is a water or liquid layer. So it contains different types of oceans, and 5 major oceans that I have shown in the picture, and we will discuss this in this section. So first we will discuss about oceans. So oceans are the major part of Hydrosphere. They are all interconnected. So all these oceans are interconnected. The ocean water are always moving. The 3 chief movements of ocean water are the 3 waves, the tides, and the ocean currents. So these are the 3 chief movements of the ocean. The 5 major oceans are the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Southern Ocean, and the last one is the Arctic Ocean. in order of their size. So according to their size, these are the 5 major oceans of the world. So the Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean among all these. It is spread over 1/3 of the earth, and Mariana Trench, the deepest part of the earth, lies in this Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean is almost circular in shape. Asia, Australia, North and South America surround it. So it is surrounded by these continents. So the Atlantic Ocean is the second largest ocean in the world. Atlantic is the second largest ocean in the world, and its shape is S shape. It is flanked by the North and South America on the western side and Europe and Africa on the eastern side also. So the coastlines of Atlantic Ocean is highly indented. You can see the picture here, indented coastline, which are very rough coastline. So all these sides are not same or equal. They look like very rough. So this irregular and indented coastline provides ideal location for natural harbors and ports also. So though it is indented coastline, but it is a good place for natural harbors and ports. From the point of view of commerce, it is the busiest ocean. The Indian Ocean is the only ocean named after a country. So according to our name of our country, the ocean name is the Indian Ocean. So it is the only one ocean which is according to the name of a country. The shape of the ocean is almost triangular. So this shape of the Indian Ocean is triangular, and in the north it is bound by Asia, in the west by Africa, and in the east by Australia. Which one? The Indian Ocean. The Southern Ocean encircles the continent of Antarctica and extends northward to 60 degrees south latitude also. Lastly, we will discuss about the Arctic Ocean, which is located within the Arctic Circle and it surrounds the North Pole. Okay, so it is connected with the Pacific Ocean by a narrow stretch of shallow water known as Bering Strait. So this is connected with the connected by Pacific Ocean by a narrow stretch of shallow water, which is known as Bering Strait, and this is having very little depth also. It is bounded by northern coast of North America and Eurasia, that means Asia and Europe. Thirdly, we will discuss about the atmosphere. This is the third layer, and the earth is surrounded by a layer of gas, and it is the gaseous layer which is known as atmospheric layer, or we can say the atmosphere. This thin blanket of air is an integral and important aspect of the planet. This thin layer is known as the atmosphere, and it is just like the blanket of air. It provides us with the air we breathe and protects us from the harmful effects of the sun rays. This atmospheric layer protects us from the harmful effect of the rays of the sun. The atmosphere extends up to the height of about 1,600 kilometers. This atmospheric layer or atmosphere extends towards the height of about 1,600 kilometers. The atmosphere is divided into 5 layers based on the composition, temperature, and other properties. So you can see the picture here in the right side of your book. It is given, the picture is given, but first let me show you the picture which will be more clear to you. That in this picture on the screen you can see that this is the division of the atmosphere layer or atmospheric layer. First we have the earth, which is the blue planet, and on the earth, on the above of the earth there is first is troposphere, उसके ऊपर है stratosphere, उसके ऊपर mesosphere, then we have thermosphere, and lastly we have exosphere. So we will discuss now. You can see this in your book. The picture is given, that is 5.4 layers of the atmosphere. You can see first that is starting from the earth, you are having troposphere, then you have stratosphere, then mesosphere, then thermosphere, and last is your exosphere. So the atmosphere is composed mainly of nitrogen and oxygen. This is the combination of nitrogen and oxygen which makes up about 99% of clean dry air. So nitrogen 78%, oxygen 21%, and other gases like carbon dioxide, argon, and other comprises 1% by volume. So all this combinedly makes the atmospheric level. So oxygen is the breath of life, which while nitrogen helps in the growth of living organism. So we need oxygen for our breathing, but the nitrogen helps to grow the living organism. So carbon dioxide, though present in minute, this carbon dioxide is also present, but it is very less. It is important and it is absorbed heat radiated by the earth, thereby keeping the planet warm. So it is also essential for the growth of plants. So the density of the atmosphere varies with height. The density or the depth of the atmosphere also varies according to its height. So it is maximum at the sea level and decreases rapidly as we go up. जब जितने ऊपर हम लोग जाएंगे, it will decrease, कम होता जाता है. So you know the climbers experience problems in breathing due to this decrease in the density of air. जो ऊपर जाते हैं, जो सब climbers जो जाते हैं ऊपर, जितना ऊपर mountains के ऊपर चढ़ते हैं, so they feel the breathing problem because of the lack of oxygen and due to the decrease in the density of air. So they have to carry with them oxygen cylinder to able to breathe at high altitudes. जब हाइट ज़्यादा हो जाता है, जितने ऊपर हम लोग जाते हैं उतने हम लोगों को ऑक्सीजन का शॉर्टेज होता है. सो दे हैव टू टेक विद देम द ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर. So the temperature also decreases as we go upward. Temperature भी decrease करता है. So the atmosphere exerts pressure on the earth. This varies from place to place also, and some areas experience high pressure whereas some areas experience low pressure. Air moves from high pressure to low pressure. This is the quality of air, that it moves from the high pressure towards the low pressure, and this moving air is known as wind. This air which passes or which moves is known as wind. Lastly, we will discuss about the biosphere, and it is the domain of life. So the biosphere is the narrow zone of contact between the land, water, and air. It is the combination of all these three. It is in the zone that life that is unique to this planet exists. So life exists in this area. There are several species of organisms that vary in size from microbes and bacteria to huge mammals also, and all the living organisms including human are linked to each other and to biosphere for survival. So be that human being or animals, they are mammals, they all live in this biospheric level, and it is also needed for their survival. The organism in the biosphere may broadly be divided into two types, that is plant kingdom and the animal kingdom. The three domains of the earth interact with each other and affect each other in some way or the other. So these three divisions or the domains, they interact each other and they also affect each other. For example, cutting a forest for fulfilling our needs of wood or cleaning land for agriculture may lead to the first removal of soil from slopes. If you will cut down our trees or clear the land, then that means for agriculture it may lead to the first removal of soil. Okay, and similarly earth's surface may be changed due to the natural calamities, that is earthquake. That means the earth due to natural calamities, the earth there may be changes in this earth surface. For example, there could be submerging of land as happened in the case of tsunami recently, and parts of Andaman and Nicobar Island were submerged under water due to tsunami. These different islands, that is parts of Andaman and Nicobar Island, were submerged under water. So discharge of waste material into lakes and rivers makes the water unsuitable for human use. So if we will discharge the waste materials from the factories or any other sources, this will to lakes and rivers, and it will make the water unsuitable for human use, and it also damage other form of life. So emission from industries, thermal power plants and vehicles pollute the air also. It also pollute the air. Carbon dioxide, that is CO2, is an important constituent of air, and as it is polluting the air, so all these gases are also polluted. But increase in the amount of CO2 leads to the increase in the global temperature. So this is termed as global warming. આજકાલ this term is very known to all of you. So due to these different types of pollutions, we are having global warming. There is thus a need to limit the use of resources of the earth to maintain the balance of nature between the domains of the lithosphere, the atmosphere and the hydrosphere. So there should be a balance between these three domains of the earth, that is the lithosphere, atmosphere and hydrosphere, so that we can have a healthy living. So this is all about your chapter, major domains of the earth. I think this chapter is clear to you. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the comment box. So moving forward, we will discuss the meaning of some new words. So let us discuss what are the meaning of some new words. First, domain, which means an area or territory. Second, sustain, which means strengthen or support. Thirdly, elevation, which means height above a given level. Fourth, stripe, a long narrow area of land. Fifth, flanked, means guided from a side. Sixth, indented, means from deep recesses. Harbor means a place for ships to stay. Strait, a narrow passage connecting two large water bodies. Shallow, of little depth. Density means the degree of compactness of substance. Radiate, which means emit. Organism means an individual, animal or plant. Lastly, survival means to exist. So all these are the difficult words, and besides this, there are also some difficult words in your book which are highlighted in this chapter, and you have to learn the words, learn these difficult words as well as the meaning of these words, which will help you in your further studies. So if you like this video, then subscribe to our channel. Link to the exercise question answers and the chapter is given in the description below. Thank you for watching.